Right. Here's something that might feel a bit uncomfortable for you because most of the creators I work with, the ones who can't figure out why nobody's watching their videos, they all have the same thing in common. See if you can have a guess what it might be, because they've all got decent hooks, they've all got reasonable pacing, they've all watched the same retention videos that you've watched. So why are their videos still being abandoned at the 30-second mark? And you can see that in your analytics if you're interested. It comes down to one thing, and I'm going to show you in a minute, but first I need you to actually understand what's happening inside your viewers' brains when they hear your voice. You see, everybody's voice has a natural range, a high note, la 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 la, no, a low note, and everything in between. When you write a script, the way most people write scripts, like a blog post, you happen to be reading out loud. Your voice has nowhere to go. It sits in that middle range and stays there, the audio equivalent of being beige or vanilla. And here's the part that should make you slightly furious, a bit angry. The human brain is wired to tune out anything that doesn't change. So when your voice stays flat, monotonous, the brain, your viewers' brains are literally deciding it's safe to stop paying attention because there's nothing new here for me to see or hear. Your viewer isn't bored of your content. Their brain is bored of the frequency that you're putting out. So here's what I want you to do. Pull up the last, well, you can do it after the video. Pull up the last script right now that you had, or pause this video and go and grab it. Read the first 60 seconds out loud. And if your voice does the same thing on every sentence, you've just found your problem. And the fix isn't to perform more on camera, because performing on camera when the script is flat is exhausting. The fix is to write sentences that force your voice to move. Short sentences pull your pitch down. Questions push your pitch up. A surprising word at the end of a sentence creates a natural lift. When the script gives your voice somewhere to go, your delivery will do the work for you. But your pitch is the first thing. The second one is bigger, and most creators are doing it completely backwards. So you've been told that fast pacing equals retention. That's half true. And the half that isn't true is the half that's costing you viewers. Fast pacing creates energy, but energy on its own is exhausting to watch. After about 90 seconds of constant speed, the viewer's brain starts to fatigue. And do you know what fatigued viewers do? They're not clicking off in anger. They don't bother to leave you a comment. They just drift away. They scroll on by. They'll open another tab. They'll check your phone. You've done it when you've been watching videos, so people are doing it while they're watching yours. By the time they're back, your video's been replaced in the algorithm by the next video, and you'll never know they were the one who got away. Here's what actually works. It's one word: contrast. Fast sections create urgency. Slow sections create weight. And the moment you slow down after going fast, the viewer will lean in, because the change in pace signals that something important is coming. This is the bit I want you to really pay attention to. Did you feel that just then? I slowed down. I stepped forward. I shortened the sentence. I told you something important was coming. That's the technique. It's a verbal underline, and it's one of the simplest things you can put into a script. Now, every creator who learns this makes the same mistake the first few times, and I don't want you to make that mistake. They overdo it. They put a slow moment every 30 seconds, and the video starts to feel like it's struggling to get anywhere because nobody wants to listen to something really slow. The rule I use, and the one that Limitless Script bakes in automatically, is one verbal underline every 2 to 3 minutes for short form video, one every 60 to 90 seconds for long form. Rare enough to feel intentional, frequent enough to keep the brains awake. And speaking of keeping the brain awake, the third technique is the one I promised you at the start of this video, the 30 seconds that change the entire feel of a video. Okay, the thing I told you about at the start of the video, the 30-second technique, the one that will change the whole feel of your videos. Before I tell you what it is, I want you to think about the last creator you watched all the way through. Was it me? Not someone you skimmed, someone you actually finished a 12-minute video of. You got them in your head? Now think about the moments in their video that you remember. The lines that stuck with you, the bits you might have rewound to watch again. I'd be willing to bet that almost none of those moments were them shouting. Almost none of them were the high energy parts. The moments that you remember are the quiet ones. This is called the lean in moment, and it's the opposite of what almost every creator does. Most creators get louder when they want to emphasize something. They project. You'll see this with some of the biggest names on this channel. They push the energy up, and it works for the first couple of times, but the viewer's brain, mine especially, learns to brace for the volume spike and starts to tune it out. The shouting becomes white noise almost. Now, here's what actually works. Drop your volume like I just did. Not whisper quiet, just a notch below your normal speaking level. The viewer's brain interprets a quiet voice as more intimate. It's more important to them. It's more worth paying attention to. Then physically lean in towards the screen, as you will see me do, and the line that you deliver in that moment lands 10 times harder than anything else you could have shouted. So here's a 30-second exercise. Before you record your next video, go through your script and pick one line that matters the most. That single sentence that if your viewer only remembered one thing, you'd want it to be this. Mark it, and when you record, drop your volume on that line. That's the whole technique. And it's the reason it works isn't really about volume. It's about pattern interruption at the audio level. Everyone else is shouting. You're whispering. And guess whose video will get remembered? So there you go. 3 vocal patterns. Pitch variation written into the rhythm of your sentences. Pace contrast to keep the brain awake. And the lean in moment to make your most important line land. And here's the thing that nobody wants to admit. You can't fix any of this in the editing of your videos. You can't fix it on camera either, not really, because by the time you're done recording, your script has already decided what your voice is going to do. Most creators are trying to perform their way out of the writing problem, and no amount of presence on camera will save a script that was written for the eye instead of the ear. Now, I want to tell you something because people say this to me all the time. They tell me that I make showing up on video look really, really simple. It isn't. It never was. When I first started doing this back in 2014, 12 years ago now, I had that feeling in my pit of my stomach every single time before I hit that record button. The one where you feel a bit sick, you feel nervous, you ask yourself the same as everybody asks themselves, what am I going to say? What if people judge me? What if I get the words wrong, which I do? What if I look stupid? My son says I am for doing this. Every single fear that you're probably sitting with right now, I had them too. And the one thing that's true, the only thing that's actually true about getting comfortable on camera is practice makes it easier. There's no shortcut around that part. You have to do the reps. But what I wish I had had in 2014, I wish I'd had a script that already sounded like me, a script that gave my voice somewhere to go, a script where the pitch and the pace and the psychological tricks and the lean-in moments were already built in. So all I had to do was show up and read what was in front of me, knowing it was already engineered to land with my audience. And that's why I built Limitless Script. It's the scripting tool I use for my own videos now. Clients use it 12 years in, and it writes hooks and scripts structured for the spoken voice, pitch variation built into the sentence structure, pace contrast marked in, lean in moments engineered into the script before you even pick up your camera. It's in your voice about the things that you are an expert on. So when you sit down to record, you're not trying to remember a structure. You're not panicking about what to say. You're just showing up and being you. The link's in the description below. It's www.limitlessscript.co.uk. One last thing before you go. Everything I've just told you about vocal retention, the how it sounds layer, but there's a deeper layer underneath that, the structural one. The reason some scripts hold attention, not because of how they sound, but because of how they're built. That's the microdopamine video, and it's the one that I'd watch next if I were you. I'll see you in that one. And remember to do your part, leave a heart below, and drop me a comment too.